Hello, welcome to What Do You Think? I'm Trace Williams. Today's title, Deep State? What is that? Picture this. You live in one neighborhood and I in another. Our neighborhoods abut one another. Each of our neighborhoods are self-contained with our own cultures, and we do not always see eye to eye. As a matter of fact, we are often at odds with one another. Never anything physical, just heated arguments and debates amongst the residents of the disparate communities. However, we do have at least one thing in common. We only have one choice to facilitate our banking needs. Oftentimes, our paths cross at the facility, and the bank notices the animosity between our communities. Within our communities, we only have two media outlets for our source of news. Each of our communities has a form of representation, and through this representation, we have tried to resolve our issues through conversation. However, we have not had much success, so the rhetoric and the animosity escalates. To this point, no physical confrontations have broken out, no acts of violence has been perpetrated against one another. We each have noticed that the lies against one another has been spoken by our representatives. So too has the bank. The bank has an idea. Remember, there is only one and we share. As money is needed, the bank prints and disperses the bills and coins that we use. We use the money to purchase homes and cars. We borrow money personally. We put money into savings accounts and checking accounts. We do our typical banking through this one bank. Let us name it the bank in the middle. The bank in the middle goes to each of our representative bodies and promises control over the people of the communities and a pocket full of money for them personally, to which they agree to take the money and follow the plan of the bank. The bank in the middle then approaches the media outlets and promises the upper management that if they follow the agenda, they also will have power and personal wealth. The media agrees to the offer. After all they must do is to promote a made-up story to us, and the riches will flow. Both media outlets report a breakout of violence between our two communities. The rhetoric and the anger escalates until an all-out war begins. The representatives sit back and watch as they pretend to have discussions to stop the fighting. The media keeps promoting the differences between us and reports on the battles that continue, oftentimes embellishing the facts to perpetuate the war. Our neighborhood is winning the war. Your representatives decide that they do not want to lose. They determine that a loan from the bank is required to create an advantage in weaponry. As your weaponry becomes greater than that of ours, victory shifts to you. The war is over. A surrender has been declared by our representatives. Now, each neighborhood must return to the bank in the middle to borrow money to restore what has been devastated. The communities have rebuilt, and the battle is over. However, we still have the same philosophical differences between us. Who actually wins? Why? How did they do it? Who is behind the chaos? Who is the deep state? This question I will answer. The deep state are the players involved in creating the physical confrontation in order to enrich themselves. The bank in the middle, the media outlets, and the representation that took the money to pretend the peace talks were actually occurring. Each of these groups allowed and even coerced the situation to escalate in order to increase the money and power they have obtained. Apply this theory to central banks, the countries around the world, the representation of each, and the media, that created a multi-trillion-dollar industry by the simple use of propaganda and deception against the unknowing populations of each country. That is the simple story of who the deep state is and how it works. Is this truly possible? I'm just asking the questions, folks. What do you think? Hey, I'm Trace Williams. Thank you for joining me today, and may your day be glorious and wonderful. Take care, everybody.